They told me just pin. There you go. Remember that we said, we talk about what? A backpack, yes. And the backpack was filled the day of our baptism. So that day we started our spiritual life in this world with this human body, right? And it's a process. And that life, the spiritual life, changes when we come to be here at our funeral mass, because now we are part of a different way of living that life. We are now in the heavenly banquet. Remember, click, that I asked a mom, what would you put in a magical backpack if your daughter or son were going to the jungle? And we talk about many things, comparing that to everything that God gave us to be the best version of ourselves, to be saints here, to start developing that idea that God has from us. So I have two more things that the church gave us. Because you know what? The other day I was, Father TJ, on his homily on Sunday, was asking the kids, what is something that annoys you? Annoys? So, and they answered my mom, and my sister, and my siblings, but my mom, sometimes when mom or dad tells us, hey, you have to do this or that, we are annoyed, like we want. I was also a daughter. I said, I don't want to listen anymore. But parents have wisdom. Mother Church has wisdom, and a lot, and everything that she teaches us is for a bigger good. So she teaches us two more companions for that journey, for that life of the Spirit. So one will be the sacramental life. The other one is the liturgical year, that we don't pay too much attention to it. So today we are going to talk about the liturgical year. If it would be, again, on that, thank you, on that travel that we set up our GPS, no, and we are going to the roads, what do we need to get to our destiny? A map, right? Well, my children tell me, Mama, I don't know how you and Papa used to read maps when we travel. You remember that the co-pilot was always, okay, wait, turn left with a tiny, tiny font. No, now, boom, we put the GPS. So the map and the weather, no, the map, I was wrong. The map is the liturgical year and the weather. And the gas stations and the rest area is the sacramental life, where we stop and be recharged and rest and think how we continue the journey. So today we're going to talk about the liturgical year, because without talking about the liturgical year, we cannot talk about Lent. Lent is not just a chunk of days that happen suddenly from nowhere. Okay, nature has seasons, right? Winter, spring, summer, or fall. It's the same with our spirit. Our spirit needs time to grow, time to rest, time to learn, time to be fed. So, different seasons in the liturgical year are different graces for us. It's like if in those spiritual seasons of the liturgical year, it would be different kind of pollen, invisible pollen in our midst that is ready for us to take and to be conscious of it. So, the other thing, click, is that the liturgical seasons also reminded us the life of Jesus. Each liturgical season represents a part of the life of Jesus. So, Advent, Jesus is coming. Christmas, Jesus is born. Ordinary time, Jesus teaches us. Lent, Jesus invites us. The Triduum, Jesus suffers. And Easter, Jesus rises. With that in mind, we walk the liturgical season. But moreover, it also brings different things for our spiritual life again. So ordinary time, and I will be talking about Lent when I put the whole picture. Ordinary time, what color is it? Where are we now? Ordinary time. Jesus teaches us, it's the longest period. We have a short one and a long one in the summer. Right now we are in a very short ordinary time. This is a time to grow in our ordinary tasks, in our everyday life, marriage, friendship, professional life, work, study, etc. So the grace that it is there, like floating for us on ordinary time, is the grace to, I don't hear, grow. So right now it's like later we will compare it with the plants. No, it's the chance to grow, to just keep going and like a baby, growing, growing, growing. Advent, what color is Advent? Purple and one pink day. It is not the beginning of our calendar year. It's the beginning of our liturgical year, that is the first day, the first Sunday of Advent. And Advent is a time of preparation for the coming of Jesus in Christmas, in the manger, the coming of Jesus in our own hearts, and the coming of Jesus in the later times, when he will come again. So we prepare ourselves for those three comings in Advent. So that is, all the songs for Advent, I wait for the Lord, or something like that, like if we were the ones waiting, right? And I think he's the one waiting for us, always. He's always there. In Spanish, hope is esperanza, and comes from the verb wait, to wait, esperar. And is that I'm waiting for something that I know it already happens. So that makes me joyful. It's not waiting for something to see, let's see if it happens. It's not having hope, is not having doubts. Having hope is enjoying the time, the process of time, waiting for something that I know is already truth to happen. So Advent, the grace for Advent, what would it be? I told you, hope. Okay, so through Advent, I ask for hope, and I try to touch in myself where I am with hope in my life. That is one of the theology virtues. So, Christmas. Christmas is not a celebration of a date of December 25th or 24th. It's a celebration of a fact. No, it's that fact that we know was true in the past and will be true again in my heart and in the second coming, exactly the same. So Christmas, we contemplate. We contemplate the great miracle and the generosity of God to send a Savior to us. So when we contemplate, when you will be in some minutes in adoration, how would you like or ask your heart to be? Like calm, peace, the grace that we ask for Christmas and is there strong floating for us is peace. So it's a time to and see how opposite we go on Christmas, because we are like crazy buying gifts, going to parties, etc. Find where I am going to connect this parabolic of the Spirit to the grace of peace. So Lent, purple, is coming. Last 40 days is a time for reflection, spiritual conversion, time of preparation for the Paschal mystery, what is to come. And in the church, we ask faithful to practice three things: fasting, prayer, and almsgiving. So it's a time of preparation, a time where it's like the desert, where we take away rain, we take away flourishing. So it is a time for the grace of conversion. And I like the word transformation, no? Because it's like the Transformers. Like, how is the name of the yellow one? Bumblebee. Bumblebee is the same Bumblebee when he's a car and when he is a robot, right? Conversion, we are the same, but we are living a transformation that empowers us to do different things spiritually. So, what grace? I know, ya me pasé. I'm terrible with this. So you by now, you already notice. Okay, I will continue with that. I have to finish with Easter, because Lent without Easter is nothing. Our life without resurrection is nothing. Suffering without a resurrection is nothing. So Easter is the Triduum, and then 50 days is white. And see, when we have flowers, it is like you feel yourself lifted up, right? Like the rock on the tomb. And it's joy. It's the time to be joyful. That's why through that time we listen. First reading that usually would be from the Old Testament, through Easter will be from the Acts of the Apostle. Good news all the time. So when I was like not very young, but a teenager, I was questioning myself, what is the difference between Advent and Lent? Because at least in my family, or the way they taught me, was that both times I was doing some kind of sacrifice or taking something out, and that was the way I lived that when I was young. So I say it doesn't make sense, because one is to be prepared for what is to come, and now that I can feel the graces, I say no. So I was already a mom when all this happened. So what do you do when you are going to have a baby for the first time, or what do you prepare?
The baby's room.
The baby's room. Thank you. See, perfect. We're so happy. By the way, yesterday I had a new granddaughter. Room is ready, of course, not in my time, so now rooms are ready. And see, you say, I have to have the room for this baby, physical room. You go to your house, and then you open the door of that room. And what was that room before the baby was coming? Storage. Whatever I don't want to see, I put. Who has a drawer or a room that, I don't know where to put this right now, that goes to the drawer, little things, or to the room? No? So surprise, the room that I want to prepare is packed of boxes and things and everything. So, for me, Advent is preparing the room. Means putting things in. The crib, the decorations, the new paint, the carpet, the changing table. How I am going to put things in if I haven't put things out. So Lent is the time to make space from all those things that sometimes I didn't want to see, and I stuck there in the bottom. So I have to start somehow taking out some of those things to make space. So it can be the easy one, like the first box that it is by the door, that it is not allowing me to come in. But the more I'm taking books out, I'm getting surprises. Maybe on the bottom of the boxes and all those clothes was a very heavy furniture that will take me more time to move. Or who has been in a house with papel tapiz? How do you say papel tapiz? Wallpaper. Thank you. With wallpaper. It's horrible to take out wallpaper. And it's more horrible when you take the first layer and there is another flower wallpaper down that one and another one. It's like our life. No, we get first to the things that I just open my door, my heart, and I see just in front. No, like you think things in your life that you know you need to take out. And then once you go deeply or deeper on the room, you will find more elaborate things that you will have to clean and take out. So for that, it doesn't come in one day. Sometimes for Lent, I said, I won't eat chocolate, sodas, desserts, and I make this big plan, no? That to only find that third day, no? And usually that happens because we're human, we like sugar, we like our comfort zone, we are used to do things that we don't even think because we create habits. So make a plan. So very fast, let me tell you 10 tips. First of all, have a simple plan. Choose one or two things that you really have there and you can stick on them. But of course, recognize if you fail it, if you say, okay, third day, I ate chocolates. That's typical, no? I will stop eating chocolates. I will use that example. I fail. Accept it. Take it. Ooh, I ate chocolate. The other thing that helps us is go to confession, because it will give us the graces of strength. Remember, confession is one of the two healing sacraments. So confession is like going to the doctor to prevent illness. So I go there to find out what I need to be stronger, to be healthier. Don't say, as I failed, there's nothing more to do, I will wait for next year, Lent. No, get up and start again. You always have a new day to start. Meditate on what happened. What happened before I failed? I don't like that word, but I cannot find. What happened? Where I was? What was the thing that didn't help me to stick to my plan? No? And if you find it, be very aware to not put yourself in that situation again. Pray. Because pray is putting yourself in front of God. It could be in a conversation, it could be in adoration. We need to pray all the time. Lent, especially. Because, okay, when we go to a beach and we want to be super tan, because it's super cool, what do? Be in the apartment all day. No? No. Tell me. Expose yourself to the sun, and then I'm being tan. To be transformed, I have to expose myself to God, because then He will transform me. And prayer is that exposition, is that me being vulnerable and allowed God to transform me. Fast, because you know that when we make our bodies strong in what they want, when they wanted, the quantity they wanted, we forget about the spirit. When we take away the body for a little bit, because we're whole, we are soul, body, and mind, we can focus on other things that reminds us that they are back there. So fast. Give alms. Give something that will be used to help, or help somebody, or give your time. Specifically give alms is give a monetary, because you want to also take that away from you, even in Thanksgiving, for the things that you have. Listen, no? Share what you are going through, and listen to the people that you have around that is a good advice. Click. Focus again on what you planned since the beginning. So always go back to what you were going to be simple, and remember it, and ask for help. In case of an emergency, ask for help. A good friend, a spiritual director, or family. 2 extra helpers in that liturgical year. Who do you think they are? So we have ordinary time, and in the Roman Missal we have other part, Deacon David, that comes with many friends. Who are they? The saints. The saints are another gift that we have. It's a very good co-pilot in that journey that we have. Find a saint. If you already chose your confirmation saint, stick to he or she. Learn from that saint. because maybe they overcame something that you need. They talk to us, they go with us. At least we should meet a saint, and I'm being very generous with one saint per year to put them in my agenda with phone number to be my best friend. Lent is a good time to choose and learn and read about a saint that will accompany you through these 40 days, and then keep him. And the other one, Our Lady, is the other one that through the liturgical year is always present. And is present through her feasts and memorials also. No, so the feast and the solemnities. So always have Mary with you in that car for the journey, because she will help you with that part of the journey. The change that we live through Lent is inside. I compare Lent to winter, right? So winter, with the freeze and everything, how are your backyards, son? Oh my, no? You see nothing there. But what is going to happen in 3 months or 2? I need it in 2, Jesus, please. What is going to happen? Yes, because through winter, those roots were strengthened. They were dormant. They were taking the vitamins and things from the earth. And they were there, just building the plant from the inside. Lent is that, building our spirit from the inside. So the changes are internal. And we need Jesus to be with us and help us with those changes. We need a space to do that, because we can pray all day, because talking with God is praying. But we need that specific time where we really are exposed to God. And it's adoration. These 3 years, the last year, this one and the next one, if you know, there is a Eucharistic revival that is being experienced by all the dioceses in the United States. They made a survey, I don't know when, I'm terrible for dates, and then realized that 70% of Catholics doesn't believe in the real presence of Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. So now they are trying to bring that not to mind, because there is something that we don't believe up here. Bring that back to our hearts. So we are going to have opportunities to adoration. Next Friday is First Friday adoration. You all are welcome to come and experience. We will have beautiful music, and it is a time to be exposed to God. Every Friday through Lent, after the stations, we will have 30 minutes of Eucharistic adoration. You are all invited to be exposed to God, to be transformed by His real presence. Jump in somehow in this year that is the Eucharistic revival. And then walk the journey. I love that in every church we have the Stations of the Cross around, because how many times Jesus fell? 3 times. For me, Mariel, makes me feel good that I can fall several times. But the important thing is moving to the next one. Get up and move forward. So take the journey, take the plan, and be exposed to God. allowed yourself to be transformed by him. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mariel. Now we will transition into our questions, but one announcement. If you drive a black Audi with the license plate PRF9077, your lights are on. So you might want to get to that before your battery dies.
Questions are coming up. They're coming. They're coming. Su pregunta.
Okay. What are your questions? Conectaron. What are your questions?
No, María, las preguntas de...
I have to give you questions. I don't have questions. I think if I have to give you something to talk with your sponsor, both of you, sponsor, talk about your plan for Lent with your confirmandi. No? Talk about how you used to live Lent season when you were young and how you will try to live it now, no? That you have maybe different information. And design a plan together. Today, you both, or you three, or leave this church with a plan for Lent. So talk about what would be a good plan for this Lent for you to practice.
¿Puede compartir los 10 steps con nosotros?
Okay. So are we going to start early?
This cue is going to be you saying, please kneel. Because,
I've got it. Yeah.
so as soon as you, okay, so you're going to say, please kneel.
Yeah. As soon as y'all post it back here.
Okay. No, I'm talking about at the end.
Oh, yeah. I got the
Okay. Just say, please kneel, and that'll be his cue to get up and go.
Is he serving?
Yes.
I'm going to tell him when I get to silence, it's about a 5-minute period for benediction.
Okay.
Right? So he can just go and start cooking incense.
Okay.
As soon as we go to silence.
Okay. Mention that to him, and then say, please kneel, and that's Tony's cue to get up and go. Awesome. Thanks.
Questions are on the slideshow.
Yeah,
I don't have to. You see this team? You see this? Okay, so let's say we're going to start.
One benediction. Okay. I'll go to silence for about 5 minutes.
Qué bueno porque no dicen nada. Bueno, hay unos que lo dicen tan que lindo. Yo digo, no, ya, pero por si nadie estoy cacheteada con mi catarro. Pero yo creo que me lo tomé un día antes. Es que está, el mañana estuvo fatal 2 días. Espero que no me dé tan fuerte, pero estoy así como...
No me dio chance de venir para acá.
En español también lo hace.
No, no lo es.
No, pero las wedding planners de español también
esto y que este me va a hacer esto. Iba a trabajar el miércoles, pero tengo que considerar. Ya tengo la familia, ya más van a trabajar. Me vengo en la mañana y preparo la comida porque voy a estar demasiado.
Yo me voy a encargar de la iglesia. Entonces compré unos carrazones bien padres para colgar en los pies. Se ven bien padres, ya hice el experimento y todo. Ya nada más los arreglos cuando los haga. No sé si me van a gustar como habíamos quedado en tu. ¿Quién es tu fotógrafo?
I think somebody has like 4-channel wireless microphone. Okay. At that point, it's just any.
No, Missouri. No sé.
I so appreciate letting us work with.
Va a llegar temprano ese día.
Vienes con nosotros, vamos a llegar aquí como hora y media antes.
Oh, perfecto. Porque yo voy a estar aquí como 1:30. Que es justo cuando tú vas a llegar y luego me voy a arreglar de volada para que me digas si prefiere que ponga en donde pongo los verdes, depende de cómo vaya a tomar las fotos. Si quiere que decoren más a ustedes dos o que decoren más allá, que me digan.
Vale, me preguntó, "Ay, ¿qué vas a hacer con las flores?" Y le dije, al lado de nosotros. Y me dijo,
Sí, pero yo soy la última. Yo voy a hacer lo que me dé la gana.
Okay, I'm special.
Tú, contéstale que la verdad que yo te voy a ayudar.